So,
So
yeah.
let's start now. So, talking about what it's like to have a famous father or a famous grandfather in your case, in the background, as we're both painters. And for me, it's that I've always been very aware of his work, and I've been influenced by his work because I think he's a good painter, and I really like his technique. You know, it's technically really good, and I like the way he uses colour a lot. And when I see one of his paintings, I get this strong feeling from it.
He's very confident.
Yeah, and that thing about art that you get when you see a painting that really makes you feel something.
Yeah.
Which doesn't happen all the time, does it?
No, very rare.
Yeah, exactly. So so it's kind of a just in a way I don't really want to like it so much, but I can't help liking it because it's obviously a bit problematic in a way.
Yeah.
Because you're always constantly compared to him, and it's a tough act to follow, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the main takeaways I have was something that you passed down from him when I first started painting.
Yeah.
Which was to always adapt your errors, which I think is so really good thing to have psychologically when you're painting.
Yeah.
So it stops you being so precious.
Yeah.
And which I've really taken that on board.
Yeah, you have. So your painting gets, you can, not just go beginning, middle, end, finished.
Yeah.
So it's like this bit's not working, or turn it upside down.
Which I'm constantly doing. And another thing that she said was it's not what you put in, it's what you leave out.
Yeah.
Which is just you can get it to that stage where, oh my god, it's all fucked, but then you can edit it, which I do with my paintings. And
well, you did that painting recently where you basically painted white over like 3/4. Well, you just sort of whited it all out, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then it made it much better. But
which was when because
the white was acting as you leaving it out. I mean, you hadn't left it out at the beginning of the painting.
No.
But
then it
was acting in the same sort of way, wasn't it? So you were just taking a lot out by whiting it out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because we've just been listening to him, haven't we, talking? So it's quite fresh in our minds.
Yeah. But a lot of it was, I mean, I hadn't heard that, but a lot of the stuff that he said you'd already kind of passed down from when I first started painting. Which I think is just something that it would take you years to learn.
Yeah.
But it's just such an important psychology. Otherwise, it's that sense. For me, it's when painting becomes very illustrational and sort of precious. That's when I want to return to the spirit of Roger's painting.
Yeah.
Where it essentially is formally an abstract painting, but that might be the subject is a boat or a horse or a very decorative plant or something like that. Yeah. But it has all the formal qualities of a great abstract painting.
Yeah.
That's,
well, I think you do that in your work. I think you combine figuration and abstraction, where I'm much more of a purely abstract painter, I suppose. It's when I start to figurate, I find I have to take it out again because it's upsetting the abstract. But I would like to I'd like to include it in a way, but then you'd immediately run into sort of being compared to him, because that's basically was the big thing that he did, wasn't it? So
going from abstract to figuration.
Well, and then having figuration with abstraction.
Yeah.
So that's like the constant problem. But I think like artists like Anthony Frost, Terry Frost's son, has successfully found his own language, and he's an abstract painter. And he's you can see all the influences of Terry, but it's very much his own language. So,
which I think you found as well. Yours feels,
does it?
Very fresh and contemporary, and whilst having that kind
I think it's quite
linked.
I think it looks quite Cornish though. It's very, I'm very aware that it's sort of rooted in modernism. In this sort of gestural, colour-filled painting that I like, and also very influenced by Cornish painting. But then I'm living in Penzance, and I'm very, influenced by people like Patrick Heron as well as Roger. So I think it's kind of inevitable, I suppose.
Yeah.
But what I don't want to do is have a show in London and everyone's like, oh, tight, boring old Cornish painting, So I'm hoping it's going to
but I think it has that, it does have a fresh feeling, and it's very powerful emotionally. I think yours have the same quality as Roger's, where they have a very strong
feeling.
Kind of resonance. And
I mean, I've been thinking about that a lot. I mean, what I've been thinking about is that paintings have personalities. I think Sandra Blow said it the other day, or I was watching this film where she said it.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking about that a lot. The painting having this personality, and then this other painting has a kind of different personality, and then I don't know what the personalities are, but they're definitely
some mercurial kind of thing, getting that quality. Yeah.
And I want, in a way, them to sit there on somebody's wall and be like, I know it sounds a bit pretentious, but be like a friend, or sort of like more than just a sort of,
or like an ever-changing thing that they sort of have an emotional relationship with.
Yeah. Which I think that Roger's achieved that. That's why people love his work so much. It's been since he's died in '75. It was a long time ago. There's been an ongoing love affair with his work and an appreciation of his work, because I think they do have that. I think that's the quality that people love about his work.
Yeah.
Some of them are like kind of awkward, aren't they? And scratchy and neurotic, and
there's also like a sense of humour which I try and bring into my work. They're quite kind of brash and would you say?
Yeah, well, definitely
the gouaches. Yeah, they're very playful. And not kind of putting themselves on a sort of pedestal, in a way. I don't know if that makes sense.
Well, especially the gouaches. I think they're not very playful.
But oi 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 as well.
Oi oi oi,
obviously.
yeah. Big swinging titty.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so that woman wrote that poem about it, and sort of all that sort of naughty charcoal vagina done in quite a lot of.
But that's quite a good mood to have, even if you're not directly being influenced, in just the mood of your painting being that kind of outrageousness or sort of provocateur energy.
Yeah. I don't
know if you think about that.
I don't really think I can manage that, not quite. But I'm mainly influenced by things like what he said about if you change the colour, change the tone, a lot of formal things really. The plasticity of the surface. I mean, when I grew up, it was basically endless conversations about the space, the way that the painting was creating the space,
flattening
the way that the shapes on the edge of the canvas would be sort of projecting off the canvas into the space around it.
Yeah. And would you be having these conversations with you, or would it be just at the dinner table around? You don't
it wasn't him saying that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I ever had a conversation with him about painting, to be honest. Right. I once said to him, are you a sort of major painter, Dad? And he said, I'm a minor major. Quite humble of him.
Yeah.
I didn't really talk to him about painting, but after I heard him talking to I overheard him talking to the other artists about it.
Yeah.
Patrick Heron, they were always constantly going on about the space in the painting.
Yeah.
And this is in front of this, or this colour is
Yeah,
projecting.
and that really.
Yeah, but that's what it was all about in those days.
Yeah.
Which has left a deep impact on me. And I love colour-filled painting. That's why I'm rooted in modernism and sort of like the whole Hans Hofmann thing, really, which and John Hoyland went on from that. Really, this push-pull of the colours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can really see that. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think the show's going to be an interesting show.
Yeah.
And you'll obviously see the influences in both artwork.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a dialogue between the generations, which is
You're having
quite poetic
dialogue with him and me, I suppose.
Yeah, and I've always, despite him dying 20 years before I was born, I've always felt his kind of presence in the just literally of the paintings around our house.
Yeah.
And but also just had a very powerful resonance in you and Rose, and he's felt like a figure.
Yeah. Well, obviously Rose was constantly talking about him, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then
the house,
go to
literally.
Petallack with all his paintings around you.
And his old room.
Yeah.
Literally still. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Well, I think it's going to be a good show.
Did she leave Roger's room as it was, or did she?
No, it wasn't like a Miss Havisham. Roger's room wasn't like a Miss Havisham situation. Left.
No.
Exactly how it was.
What happened to it then? I can't remember what she used it for.
It was just basically.
It was a storage room, really, wasn't it?
Did have a bit of a presence around it. Yeah. No, I don't know.
But now my friend Andy's in there with his drum kit and all his guitars in the Roger room. He doesn't seem to be too fazed by it. Hasn't started drinking whiskey anyway.
No.
Yet.
Not.
But a couple more Cornish winters of Petallack.
Yeah, a few gale force winds blowing in.
All right.